Well, woke up to this white precipitation all over the place. Can't let it stop me though. Lucky I'm not made of sugar. I don't melt. Okay, it's been on the charger for a few days now, so well, probably 3 days, 4 days, I don't know. So I'm gonna see if I can clean up the battery terminals and see before I start dumping money into it. I want to make sure it's going to turn over. Nice fish. Okay, so far the one thing it does need is hydraulic. Coolant's good. Okay, I get a pail of hydraulic and see what we can make happen up here. You know, everything to do with these things is a little more complicated because there's cages around everything. And of course, if you drop anything, it goes down underneath and is lost in the abyss. So must be very careful. Now, the oil is right up and it's black, but it's good. Diesel, the oil turns black pretty much instantly after you change it, so there's no way of telling how clean it is except keeping track of the hours on the machine. And this has had hardly any since the last oil change. Now, the issue I've been having with it, or that I last had, was it sat for quite some time and I went to start it and smoke was coming up, kind of billowing out of everywhere. I'm hoping that was just wasps' nests burning underneath the hood here, or somewhere under here. So maybe I'll take these cages off, and that way when I start it, I can have a better look at what's going on. It's not until it runs for a while that the problem starts happening. Okay, so I guess the next thing is I'm going to have to get a pail of hydraulic up here and fill up the hydraulic. Everything else seems to be fine. Okay, so I've got all the fluids all topped up. Checked the oil, checked the rad. Now, I brought with me something that makes fire and something that stops fire from being made. Two items that may or may not be necessary. I'm going to watch the gauges. If I do get it to start, I'll watch the gauges and make sure that it doesn't get too hot, and make sure we have good oil pressure and whatnot. So let's see what happens. I'm hoping to not use the quick start. It's a little bit hard on things, so it's best if you can get away with not using it, but you don't want to grind away on the starter for a half hour either. So let's see what happens here. This is for the glow plugs. I'll try to heat the glow plugs up first. This thing, it's always a bear to start, especially since I don't start it that often and it is a little cold out. This here, that's for starting it right here. Makes it so it will only start when it's in neutral. Then you just flip this over. Started no problem. One thing I forgot was the cover up here. The flap up on the roof for the exhaust to come out. Well, that was the first try, and it's been sitting a long time. Charger's way up, it's charging good. Oil pressure way up. Everything's fine right now. Converter temperature's low, as it should be. Water temperature right here is low. I don't want it to get up. Well, anywhere close to 200 is okay. Anything over 200 is not good. Now it's gonna have to warm up for a while. I'll shut the camera off for a little while until it gets nice and warm. And we'll see where that smoke was coming from. Okay, while it sits here, I'll go grab a grease gun and take care of all the grease nipples. A little bit of information about this. I gotta just rely on memory here, but it's I believe it's an 18,000 pound machine. What else? It's a 6-cylinder diesel. It has a 6-way blade, meaning it tilts that way for crowning roads and whatnot. Up and down and in and out on either side. Okay, I should have a look at the gauges and see where we're at temperature-wise. Okay, so I thought something was wrong with this, and maybe I'm just hoping that it's just crap burning off. Let's go back and forth a bit more. Of course it's going to smoke because it's getting hotter when I'm actually making it do something, so. Coming out of here too, but now it's the smoke coming out of here under the seat that I'm more concerned about. I don't think anything under there should be getting hot enough to smoke. Can't actually see any location where it's coming from. It's just kind of coming out. everything's covered in oil, so be nice to get a pressure washer in there and clean it all out and see if that helps. If anybody knows, let me know. Anyways, thanks for watching.